What's up and good morning. I hope y'all been well. Today is gonna be a video of just what's going on in the shop, stuff that's going on around here, and I gotta show you guys this real quick. Check this out. So we got cop cars out here. I rolled up to the shop about 15 minutes ago and they have it all open. There's a couple here. There's a couple that are standing by back here right behind the building. I don't know what's going on, y'all. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I just got done trying to talk to the guy that's like walking people around here and trying to help sell the property, and he won't give me any information. I don't know what's going on, but more cop cars keep showing up. They're walking around the building, they're walking around the area to see, I don't know what they're trying to see, to be honest. When I got here, the building had the doors all rolled up. Now they have them all closed down, and supposedly the owner is on the way. So today might be the day. I don't know what's happening, to be honest. So I got customer cars that I'm planning on showing you guys stuff that I'm doing with it, but until then we're just gonna go to see what's going on with all of this. Okay, one of the customer cars that we're working on today, I know y'all been seeing it and eyeing it in the back, is a super clean blue G35 that's supercharged. Did y'all see Mike's live video?
Nigga, no, you didn't.
Okay, so after that hit, it seemed pretty bad, and I don't want to say thankfully, but the Corvette I think took most of the damage. As you can see right here, this is pretty much what happened. This split, this broke, it has like some wrinkles in this. And then with the bumper off, you can see this cracked. If we remove this, it has damage right here, here, and the only other thing is the damage right here. You can see the radiator support cracked. I guess when it hit against here, it's transferred all of the shock and broke here. This probably broke in this way, and then, or actually, sorry, the other way. It probably split this way because it's right on this point, and so it needs a new radiator support. So I'm gonna be taking this whole thing apart today. I do have to do a radiator on it. I wasn't planning on taking the radiator support to take the radiator out, but now I have to. And I'm also gonna do a thermostat on it. He brought a new radiator, a new thermostat, and stuff to do, like upgrades on the cooling system. So that's one of the things that I will be doing today. Okay, and real quick before I get started on that car, look, everybody's just gone. So I don't know, I thought something interesting was gonna happen. Maybe we would get a little bit of a show today, but I don't know, they're all gone. So if something else changes, then I will let you guys know for sure. But yeah, I don't know why the cops were here. That was weird. So I guess let's get started on this. Okay, one thing I've shown in other videos that I want to show you guys in here if you guys haven't seen it before, you see how I took the hood prop out of this right here and I actually put it right on top of the block that holds the upper control arm right behind the power steering reservoir, and then put it to the hood. When you're taking the front of the car off, that's a good thing to do so the hood still stays nice and sturdy, and then you don't have to worry about trying to get this out of the way while the hood's falling in your face and that type of stuff. So, little trick that I learned, wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so now the car is up in the air. First things first, there are 4 bolts here, 2 here, 2 there, and should be 2 here. This one is broken off inside, but there's the 8 bolts that hold this on that I'm gonna take off next, kind of get this out of our way, and then I'll start taking like some of this other stuff off and show you as I go. So this is gonna be pretty detailed front removal It works for the G's, it works for the Z's, pretty much the same thing. I know you guys have seen my other video, how to remove the 350Z engine, but this is just more for taking the front off of the car if you need to change radiator, AC condenser, if it's supercharged, working on the supercharger and that type of stuff. So it'll be a good little how-to, at least how to remove the front. I use a 6-inch extension, excuse me, with a 12 on it, put it on the gun here, and it allows you to get over all of this and then back it off. So I'll take them out and I'll leave one loose, not all the way out, so that way it doesn't want to come crashing at me. Set these aside. Same thing for this side. Out, out, and then I'll kind of keep that one. Come on. No. Okay, now you can see front bumper's off, real easy. If you guys aren't supercharged, you don't have to worry about this part. This is not a big deal though. What I do is I'll just take the coupling off here, and then I'll take the coupling off actually under here, because it does wrap around. When I do that, then it'll make it where I have a lot more room to be able to pull off the radiator support also. So I'm gonna get this taken off now, and then we'll start doing all of this stuff. Oh, and I almost forgot, since we are taking the front off, which means we're taking the radiator out, we need to drain it. So make sure you remove the cap, so that way air is able to circulate through. It doesn't create a vacuum, and then we'll take off right here and drain all the coolant. Grab my 8mm, usually fits on these screw style type clamps. I do the outer one here instead of this one because this one will stay firm against this, so when I have to put the pipe in, it'll just make it easy for me to push it in, tighten it down, and then I know it's ran. So we're gonna undo this real quick. Pull that out. And then we'll go to the other side over here. Like I said, I'll get the one underneath here, and then we'll remove the intercooler out of the way, and then it's literally just undo the horns, cut the zip ties here, kind of pull this out of the way. The thing that I do like about the G35 one, as opposed to the 350Z one, the oil cooler, the power steering cooler is external around the outside. It doesn't go through the center of the radiator support like the 350Z. So it actually makes it much easier to take this off completely and set it aside. Okay, now the front is clear. I just kind of have the intercooler sitting down right here. And then we're gonna take these off so that way I can pull this out of the way, kind of tuck it over here, and then I'll take the 10 off of here, the 10 off of here. I'll undo this clip up here, take the 10s off of here, and then there's like little clips that hold the wire harness around, but then I can take this whole harness and kind of set it off to the side. And you see what we're doing, we're taking all the wiring, setting it to the side, taking all the oil cooler and everything else, putting it to the side, and then we'll just have to take the latch off, the headlights, and then the upper on the radiator support, and this whole thing will pull forward. One thing I do want to point out, I just cut the zip ties off of here for the cooler for the power steering. However, I had to modify that because this car does have an intercooler. So if you are taking it off for the first time for a 350Z or a G35, you'll see that there is this hole down here, and then there's another one that should be up here that actually has a bracket that goes into this, and this actually sits more like this in the front. So it's not a big deal, but just wanted you to know that you're not gonna have zip ties unless it has a supercharger on it or it's been relocated. Okay, and now this is what it looks like bare. You can see the harness, all of the horns and stuff is all attached to this. I can pull this off to the side. One thing I like to do is when you remove hardware, I like to put it back on so that way I don't have to look for it. I know that it went right in the same area, and then it doesn't get scattered around or anything like that. So, little tip, after you take it off, I like to put it back in the holes like this. And now I don't have any hardware I have to keep track of. So, as you can see, it's going really fast. I gotta take out headlights now. I do have to pull this off a little bit more there. one that goes through here, and there's actually one behind the headlight to keep the whole harness and stuff completely off of the radiator support for when I go to pull it. But like I said, as you can see, it's really pretty quick. And now I have the headlights out, the front off. I took the latch off. I just pulled out. You can see this green part, it just slides into it, and then this you kind of just move around where it latches in. If you guys take it off, you'll see what I'm talking about. Then you can see that this goes through this hole and kind of comes back here. But if you look on the inside here after the headlight's out, there's this little like white box. This box kind of holds it against the side there. So if you just push in and pull it out, then it's not going to hold itself onto here when you try to pull off the whole radiator support. And then the last clip I was talking about is this little one right here. You just squeeze it together, push it through, and you can see that that goes on here. And the last one behind the headlight does the same. And now the wiring harness is completely off of the radiator support. So I'm gonna drain out of the washer bottle right here. I'll pull this off and pull the electrical off. And then after I pull out the pump, it's right here, all the water will drain out of that, and then this will be completely free. And then I took off the upper here, and I'll show you, I kind of have a little trick for when I'm doing this. The AC condenser is bolted through here to the radiator, but I found if it's just one person taking this off, if you leave the hoses connected to the radiator, and this is all together, after you get done with taking the 12s off of here and here, and you lift up and pull off, the hoses will actually hold the radiator and everything up, so you don't have to fight that as well. So you can get the radiator support out of the way, and then you can take your time taking the radiator off of the hoses. And now, okay, so you can see now the hoses are actually holding up this whole thing. I was able to get the radiator support off. It's completely separate, and now all I have to do is take off the upper, take off the lower, and I can actually pull this whole thing away. I'll probably do like I've showed you before, I'll pull off these 10s, and then I'll kind of like let it sit off to the side so I don't have to do anything with the AC charging, and then yeah, then we'll be able to get in here. And now the AC condenser and the radiator are off. And I mean, that really took only like 25 minutes for me to get the whole front end off. That's the simplest procedure that I've figured out how to remove it all and to get it done. So now you can see I can get to, well, kind of get to, I need to take this coupling off so I can get this out of the way. But then I can get to the thermostat housing, and I can just pretty much change everything that I need to in here without having to do too much more, especially since the fact that the supercharger's here, it's really difficult to get back in here and that type of stuff. So taking the front off to get to the thermostat, and then I'll have the new radiator support. Actually, Mike is getting the new radiator support. And then after that, we're gonna throw it all back together, burp the cooling system, and get this car out of here. So I'm gonna start working on that right now. And then I have another customer that's coming in. Like I said, kind of just a shop day, kind of showing you what's going on. There's not a whole lot of craziness going on. Ooh, she's still looking beautiful up there. Probably work on that a little bit more today, but yeah, I'm gonna get started on it. All right, as you can see, now the customers are just leaving. So they came, dropped off a car. There's actually another issue with a car out there, a G37, that's having kind of the same thing as this. There's coolant coming from this corner back here, and he's not quite sure what's going on. So I'm gonna look at that a little bit later. If I do decide to bring it in today and do a pressure test, I will bring it in here and kind of show you guys what I do with that. Actually, I might do that because I'm kind of curious as to what it might be. He thinks that it might be a water pump, and on these VQ motors, I just have to say, like, how many I've done, I've never changed a water pump. It just, they don't leak, and there's no issues with them that I've ever found or ran into. So I'm kind of curious as to what it is, so I'm gonna check on this a little bit more, and then I'm probably gonna pull that car in and we're gonna do a pressure test on it and see if we can find out where it's leaking. All right, so I've kind of lost a little bit of track of time. I had another customer come in. This is a Honda I've done before, timing belt engine. He was in here like last week, I wanna say, and we did the timing belt, we did the water pump, and we changed the belts and did the valve cover gasket and did the whole 9. And on his way home, we started hearing a weird like metal noise. Not sure what it was. We did notice that his cover, I can't find the cover, had like some like grooves in it from it possibly being like ground down. One of the bolts was missing and all that. But now taking it apart, you can see how much belt material is coming out of it. Mind you, he got all OEM parts. It's all OEM Honda belt, water pump, and that type of stuff. I want to show you the crazy part I've never seen. The water pump gear literally came apart. This thing only has like, I don't know, maybe 100 miles on it. And so it sheared the belt. You can see there's a whole bunch of like debris and crap in there. So I had to tear it all back apart. But we're getting a new water pump and a new belt. And then hopefully it's a Honda, so there's no telling, but hopefully it'll be working just fine. So don't be making a bunch of things over there. Wow, really? Yeah, and then I have people that come by the shop and just talk shit, flip me off, and sit here and watch me work. So yeah, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, so there it is. So anyway, so yeah, so this is the other customer's car. I haven't pulled in that G35 like I was talking about earlier. I will pull it in probably after I get this car situated, but we need to make sure this is running good. He's a good customer that's come here probably 3-4 times, has been here from Sacramento. So I want to make sure that this is A1 and he can go. So yeah, so I'm waiting on parts for him and we're gonna get this corrected. All right, so we got the Honda handled, everything's back together. We did the timing belt, we did the water pump. It was really strange on how that thing hole came apart, but sounds good now. So he's headed home. I was gonna pull the other car in, but it's like 5 o'clock now, so it's time to wrap up. It's time to get out of here and time to go home. As you can see, I got a little bit of cleaning up to do before I do go home, but yeah, other than that, that's a day at the shop. I mean, I've made videos about it before. You see that there's never one day that's the same here. It's always something different. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm trying to vlog for y'all way more. I can't wait to start making more videos, even from the new spot, the new garage, all the stuff that's coming up with the weld shop. And I got an announcement I'm gonna make here probably in about, I don't know, 3-4 days. I'll put it on my Instagram also. You guys are gonna wanna look forward to it. You're gonna wanna hear what I have to say because I think it's gonna be a cool new series to add to the channel. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you guys for the love and the support. You guys know how much it means to me. I always try to make sure I show you my gratitude because I look forward to hearing back from you guys. I look forward to making the videos and yeah, so anyway, I need to get cleaned up. It's hotter than hell here. I need to clean up. So yeah, peace, all love.